Anime in 2022 was one of the biggest years of anime yet, with massive shows like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan starting out the year in winter 22, then with shows like Bleach and Chainsaw Man finishing the year in the fall season. But out of all of those shows that aired in 2022, I think there's one that stands alone as the one show I'd recommend to everyone, and the one show that I think deserves 1,000 times more popularity than it already has. And that show is Summertime Rendering, a 25 episode complete adaptation of the manga, animated by Studio OLM, who have been releasing some pretty noteworthy shows as of late, such as Odd Taxi and Komi Can't Communicate. Here with Summertime Rendering, they continue to strive for making better and better shows with this amazing adaptation. The show starts out on a boat ride to a beautiful tropical island. The animation is just absolutely stunning, really impressive stuff from a studio that had recently been doing more slice of life type of shows. The animation is consistent throughout the show, very much creating this beautiful, picturesque type of setting. Later on in the show, some of the more high-action parts of the story take place, but the animation does not lack whatsoever. It stays consistent in a way that feels fresh throughout the show, and it helps the show capture this sort of summer vibe to it, making you almost want to divert from the plot and explore the island paradise for yourself. But right as that seems to happen, it's almost like the story can sense you're looking elsewhere, as it has this consistent ability to drag you back into the never-ending thriller that is Summertime Rendering. Spoilers for episode 1 ahead. Our story begins with our main character Shinpei riding a ferry back to his home island to attend the funeral of his childhood friend Ushio, when he has a dream where Ushio is there with him on the boat, as she tells him to come and find her. He then wakes up how any weeb would dream to wake up. As he arrives on the island, he begins to meet back up with some of his other childhood friends, Mio, who is Ushio's little sister, and his best friend So. He attends the funeral with them when he is told that the death might not have been an accident by So, and that there had been strangle marks on her neck, even though the official report was that she drowned trying to save a local little girl, Shiori. The next day, Mio tells Shinpei about the shadow sickness, and how she says that Shiori had claimed to have seen a person who looked exactly like her. Shinpei questions this as Mio tells Shinpei that she had also seen Ushio's shadow the day of the incident. A local overhears them and tells them a little bit more about the sickness. He tells them that people who used to get the shadow sickness would get purified at the temple on the mountain. As Mio and Shinpei approach the temple on the mountain, they see Shiori, the little girl who Ushio was trying to save. They chase after her, just to find the lady who Shinpei woke up on earlier, bleeding out from a gunshot wound. As she's about to tell Shinpei something, she gets shot again. As Shinpei turns around, standing over him is none other than Mio, holding the other Mio at gunpoint. She then shoots, killing Mio, then turning to Shinpei and shooting him. The screen goes black as Shinpei wakes up back at the boat where he was yesterday. In just that first episode, the soundtrack does wonders for this show. The music and the sound effects are absolutely amazing, as it does a wonderful job building up the tone of this thriller show. Now, I won't spoil the ending in this video, but I will say the ending is absolutely amazing. It wrapped up every question I could have had and made me happy with the outcome of the show. It really made everything the characters went through feel worth it in the end. Now, the reason why this show is underrated, and no, it's not because it's a ReZero ripoff, which I would argue that it's not, and it holds its own against ReZero, but that's neither here nor there. The first real reason is because it went to Disney Plus Purgatory, and there was no real way to watch it as it was airing other than pirating it. Second, since it was held in Disney jail, it was not on any anime awards that I saw, and it definitely should have been included in the Crunchyroll one, because this shit right here should not have been over it. But even with those, I still think it's highly, highly underrated and needs to be checked out by a lot more people, and I highly, 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 highly recommend you check it out. But that is going to do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys end up checking out the show, as I really do think it's great. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out one of the other videos popping up on the screen. But as always, thanks for watching. Peace.